All right, 9:38 is the time. You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC. Plus, here he is, the man of the hour.
Hello.
Chris Mulcahy, bringing it to us again with this gorgeous cold weather.
Yeah, so you know what? The sunshine makes things better. Yesterday was a pretty looking day, but we only got to 38 degrees. But I want to start off with a random stat. We only have 16 days left of December. We only have 16 days left of 2025. And if the year were to end today, we officially would be the 11th warmest of all time. So the 11th warmest year in Charlotte history at 62.7 degrees. The warmest of all time, 2024. We did it last year. That hit the number one spot. But the one that really stands out for me is the 12th driest. We've only had 34.61 inches of rain. That is substantially less by over 7 inches. And we are going to add some more rain by the back end of the forecast. So likely we're going to be tumbling down a little bit closer to about the 20th driest, but still one of the driest where we haven't really hit this criteria since the time I've been here in Charlotte the last 7 years. So right now we are at 33 degrees, but 24 hours ago, just a day ago, we were at 22 degrees. We dropped down to 16 degrees yesterday. That was the coldest day of 2025, where we've been so far. But for 9:39, we are just above that freezing point. And current temperatures elsewhere, we just warmed up to 32 degrees around Albemarle, freezing exactly for Statesville, Salisbury, upper 20s across the I-40 corridor from Hickory over to Morganton. But you can see in the background that beautiful blue sky is what makes things so much better. So yesterday at 38, today at 53. That's a 15-degree upgrade. Very similar looking day. Winds also on the lighter side, and it's just all about the upgrade as far as temperatures go. We're substantially warmer in parts of the mountains especially, and hour by hour, as you can see, we are going to have a slight wind chill. 51 feeling like 49 come 4 p.m., and then 45 feeling like 43, 43 like 41, so about a 2-degree difference for most of those wind chills. That means they're barely blowing, likely only up to about 7 miles per hour, which is great. Also, what's great is look at our high, 53 today. Look at the low on Friday, 54. That's the morning low. So that does kind of come with an asterisk. Likely if you are going to look at Friday for that day's climatology. So what would that be? The 19th? Is that the 19th on that? Yeah, the 19th of December. When that's all said and done, I think the low for that day is going to be hit right before you hit midnight going on to Saturday. So 54 is what we start off the morning with, which is substantial. But the overall low, I think it's going to be colder. And then we drop down to freezing on Saturday. But then outside of that, we're above freezing. That's amazing. So staying above freezing, that is going to allow for really the mid to the upper 30s to the lower 40s overall. That is a well above average trend that usually at this time of year that we're averaging the lower to the mid 30s and the lower to the mid 50s. So it's nice that we are seeing those temperatures really soar, making up for lost time compared to what we started off the month with. So tomorrow we are seeing one major change, and that is the lack of sunshine compared to what we have today and what we had yesterday. I have a high of 61. That's great. Winds out of the southwest are definitely helping do that. And then you have the upper 50s to the north. Winds pick up slightly, but all in all, I think it's going to be a partly sunny to a mostly cloudy day overall. And that's going to be the precursor for our next chance for rain. This is also another big change compared to what we had yesterday. I was looking at a chance for rain in the afternoon, and then rain was going to be likely during the evening and the overnight. I still think rain is likely during the evening and the overnight. I just think that there's a better chance for rain to start to drift in during the morning time. So the time that you need the umbrella, I think we can check 3 boxes for Thursday, all 3, the morning, the afternoon, the evening. But then by Friday, I think once the sun rises up, we're rain-free. We're good to go. Could be some wraparound snow in the back edge. But here's what it looks like. Starting around 5 o'clock on Wednesday. At that point, we're either under a partly sunny to a mostly cloudy sky to end the day. And then by your Thursday morning, we're seeing signs of rain. Now, the one thing that's going to change here is this band of rain is either going to shift further east, which means less for Charlotte, or shifts further west, which means more rain for the I-40 or I-77 corridor. So that's keeping on and off light to moderate rain, even some pulses of some heavier rain, on and off through the morning, heading in the afternoon. We had a little bit of a break before we see more rain start to fill in the gaps, and then a better chance for that last-ditch effort of this rain that you see right here to start to fade out by your Friday morning, and then you can see that back edge. Have you ever seen just pretty much a flat line of clouds that's dividing cloudy skies to a blue sky? Yeah, so if you've seen that, we actually saw it recently. My director, Rusty, took a picture of it. That's the frontal boundary. So that's showing the big difference from more of a moist or warmer air to a colder, drier air. So sometimes it can be a really definitive line, and that's exactly what I think we're going to see on Friday, that you go from more of a cloudy sky and then all of a sudden sunshine's taking over. Since a lot of us are going to be traveling, any other rain chances we have going towards the Christmas holiday, very minimal. We have a small little 20% guy for late Monday heading into Tuesday, and that doesn't really look to be significant. I'll open up our travel circle to show you a better example. So this is a 300-mile radius. I use this around the holidays to help people travel. This brings us through Thursday, and at that point, this is all the rain that we're potentially seeing. That's why I think some are going to see over an inch of rain. This is also going to be a big, bad low pressure system that's going to really pick up the winds, especially to the north, around Michigan, Ohio, up into New England, and then the backside, that could also have some snow for them. The only snow that I think we see is maybe the North Carolina mountains on Friday morning. Eventually gets out of here, and then we have some clouds mixing through. Next chance for rain, barely anything. Looks to be Monday night to Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, I think, is the best chance of rain before Christmas, and then outside of that, we are trending dry. Well, right now, the trend is warmer. Yesterday, I had a high of 60. Now it's up to 65 for Christmas Day. Now, this is playing with fire because anything outside of 7 days, so much can happen, but with temperatures, you can see kind of the general range. So it looks like we are trending at least the lower to the mid 60s for both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Slight chance, I have less than a 10% chance for rain, but likely spending a dry Christmas Day. And getting there, we also have temperatures that are mainly above average. I always have the average right below. It says 7-day forecast. 55 is the average for this day in climatology. 35 is the low. Well, besides today, each and every day is either at the average or slightly above. Only exception is also a low of 30 degrees on Saturday. But what I love is Sunday. There's a lot of sports icons that we have on here, and I threw the snowman in there because Sunday officially is the start of winter, astronomical winter, where that starts officially at 10:03 a.m. is the winter solstice, and coincidentally, the first day of winter is the warmest day that I have going forward, and will be, at least up to that point, December 21st, the warmest day we've seen so far this December, because we've only hit 60 degrees once. We're going to do it again tomorrow. We'll do it once more on Sunday, and then we'll try to do it another couple of times right around the Christmas holiday.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Don't
well,
need it.
We're fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine with it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, a lot of people are like, oh, no, I want White Christmas. It's like,
No.
well, then move to Minnesota.
There's other places
you
you could
go.
go for that ain't here.
Yeah,
There you go.
it is so rare. Majestic's Weather IQ tomorrow is actually purely on that, but plain and simple, there's only been 4 times we've had a measurable snowfall, which is the actual definition for White Christmas here in Charlotte.
Oh.
And that dates back to 1878.
Oh my
Yeah, so
goodness.
it's been a minute.
So,
Long time.
to quote one of my favorite movies, the odds are not in your favor.
Not at all.
forever in your favor.
Not at all. I just came back from Florida. It was getting cold there at night, like
Not iguana cold.
not iguana cold.
Yeah.
But like 60s
Oh, yeah.
at night.
I thoroughly.
cold.
I went to school at Florida State, so it'd be really funny because the Panhandle actually gets chillier. We can drop down to
Yes.
freezing, but it'd be funny. I took a poll one time. There was a certain group of kids that wouldn't show up when it gets super cold. All of them were from Southern Florida. They were the Pensacola, Miami, Dade County kids. They're like, no, I'm not going when
We're
it's
not
that
going
cold.
out.
So
Yeah. No, I'll have my Christmas ornaments and lights on a palm tree. No problem. I'm
That's
fine
so
with it.
nice.
Me too. You can be
Fine with
festive
it.
whatever the weather. I
That's
think that-
right.
There was a certain beer commercial that used to say that. Used to light up their palm tree.
Laundry.
Love it. All right. Thank you, Chris.
Of course.
And we will be right back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus.